2 News at 10 starts now.
We begin with a wild scene on the west side of Detroit. A city bus plows into an empty apartment complex. Thanks for joining us for Fox 2 News at 10. I'm Hilary Golston. Thankfully, there weren't any passengers on board. Fox 2's Lauren Edwards joins us live from the scene with the latest. Lauren, I guess the big question tonight, how this happened?
Hilary, so many questions, but I can tell you it was a scary scene earlier this evening. A bus into an actual building. That's such a hard picture to even imagine, but that's exactly what happened. And no one, fortunately, was injured, but all that's left is this pile of bricks behind me.
I'm walking to the BP that's at the corner, and as I'm coming out right here, I just see him swerve, swerve, swerve.
This Detroit City bus took an unexpected turn Saturday afternoon, veering out of lane and slamming into this building on Greenfield Road. Witnesses say they've never seen anything like it.
Like something a little bit off right there, and he never gains control. He just slammed right into the building. All of the debris was flying everywhere, and I was just like, wow, this is crazy.
I usually come out and bring my dog out, so I come out, and like I said, the bus coming, I just see it, like you said, it swerved over. And I didn't know, I thought he was like swerving to get to the next lane and come back over, but he swerved and just kept going and took that pole out right there and hit the building.
The city of Detroit says the bus was driven by a maintenance employee. It crashed into a vacant apartment building on Greenfield Road, just near McNichols Road. As soon as it happened, bystanders called 911.
Everybody went to calling in, cars went to coming in, police pulled up. They brought the guy out and laid him on the ground right in front of the doors.
Witnesses say police arrived within 10 minutes. The city says the driver suffered a medical emergency.
I ain't never seen no bus crash, never in my life.
The bus was empty, and they say they're glad no one else was injured.
I was actually just grateful wasn't nobody walking on the sidewalk, because around that time it'd be a lot of like high school kids walking from the gas station and the schools. They'd be just letting off the buses and stuff.
So again, the driver suffered a health episode, and there's no update on his or her status at this time. But again, I must emphasize that no one was injured in all of this. The investigation continues. Reporting live here in Detroit, Lauren Edwards, Fox 2 News.
Yeah, Lauren, this really is something incredible to see. Thank goodness no one got hurt here. I'm assuming that this is probably a multi-agency effort to figure out what happened here.
Absolutely, but it was just mainly the city of Detroit getting through this, towing the bus away, trying to figure out what's going on. But I can also tell you, because no one was injured, this building has been vacant, folks are saying, for 6 or 7 months. So I think it's just limited to the city at this point. But nonetheless, so many questions still that need answers.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for covering this for us tonight. I'm sure we'll be getting answers hopefully very soon. Thanks so much. Lauren Edwards live for us tonight.
Thank you.
All right, we're continuing to monitor a developing story out of St. Clair Shores. Eastbound 94 at 9 Mile had to be reopened. We believe there was a double shooting this afternoon. Michigan State Police say the drivers in a black Chevrolet Malibu and a silver vehicle were apparently shooting at each other, causing the Malibu to rear-end another car. 2 people inside the Malibu were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The motive behind the shooting is still under investigation.
It's a tragedy. We feel for all involved, and it's just a tragedy.
2 people in Detroit sadly hit and killed while waiting for a bus. That crash happened around 7 last night near Finkel and Evergreen on the west side. Police tell us a woman in an SUV was speeding, went off the road, and then crashed into that bus stop, killing a woman and a man. Police say the female driver then crashed into a gas station, hitting another vehicle. She has been taken into custody. Investigators are still looking into whether drugs or alcohol could be factors here. And Detroit police are on the hunt for this man accused of stealing from a dollar store on Grand River. The alleged crime taking place on April 5th. Now, police say when an employee tried stopping him, the suspect hit him with a Uhaul twice. The victim was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. Detroit police are offering a $1,000 reward if it leads to an arrest. Anyone with information, please reach out to police. The Detroit Fire Department looking into the cause of a blaze on the west side of Detroit. Crews got a call before 9 this morning that a house was engulfed in flames on Wildermuir Street. Thankfully, no one was hurt. Officials say the home is a total loss. The cause of that fire also under investigation. Wyandotte got firefighters to the rescue after saving a little pup named Rosie. Rosie was a little too adventurous and got stuck under a shed. The crew was able to get her out after just a little bit of digging. The department posted these pictures of Rosie freed and thankfully not hurt. All right, time for us to get a check of the weather. Not the worst out there today. Wondering if the precipitation is going to be around. Let's check in with Weather Authority and meteorologist Stephanie Mead. Hi, Steph.
Hi, yes. So we do have a really nice end to your weekend. We're starting off the work week on a strong note, at least for Monday. And then we do have more storm chances in the mix as we look towards Tuesday. But let's enjoy the next 2 days or so. Right now, it's not bad. In fact, temps are still holding upper 40s, lower 50s for spots. So we're still holding on to those milder temperatures. But we do see a bit of a cool down coming later on tonight. 49 in the city, 40 up near Bad Axe, 50 degrees for those in Grand Rapids, low 50s in Fort Wayne. Now, wind conditions have significantly relaxed. It was a little breezy this afternoon. Not the case right now. Still winds directly out of the north and east. That's funneling in some slightly cooler air, but anywhere between 5, max 10 miles per hour. We're dry, we're quiet on radar. There really isn't much going on. That area of low pressure that gave us quite a bit of rain for spots yesterday afternoon and early evening. Well, north and east of us, so that's going to continue to track out of our hair, and we're in store for at least drier weather for the next 2 days or so. Notice here, temps are going to bottom out pretty close to the lower 40s, if not upper 30s for a few spots. Nice little rebound, though, as we head through the day tomorrow. We should reach the mid-60s. We do see 70s, maybe possibly 80s return. We'll have more on that forecast coming up in the next 10 minutes. Hillary.
All right, thank you so much. Get ready to shop till you drop. Comerica Bank's Prom Dress Boutique is officially open for the season, and this is the 7th annual Prom Dress Drive.
We put this together because of the financial need to make sure that every girl has a dream dress to be able to go to prom.
Thanks to generous donations, more than 2,200 dresses have now been collected. All ladies were offered 2, a pair of shoes, accessories, and makeup. To top it off, moms were also able to pick out a dress for themselves if they wanted. The Prom Boutique will be open at the Samaritan Center in Detroit tomorrow from 12 to 4. No registration or minimum income is required.
Yes, absolutely. I will leverage my relationship with the White House.
Former Detroit Police Chief James Craig is not alone in chasing the city's top job. Several other contenders clash tonight, each angling to seize the power vacuum Duggan's departure will leave behind and to crown themselves Detroit's next leader. We'll take you to a mayoral forum coming up next. Plus, from the boardroom to the prison cell, disgraced Detroit executive William Smith sentenced in a multi-million-dollar scheme. Coming up, how long he'll spend behind bars and the staggering fines that he's now facing. Woody.
Thanks a lot, Hillary. Ever since the end of last season, Lions fans have been asking for an edge rusher to complement Aiden Hutchinson. Well, tonight, Detroit finally got one, but fans had to wait until the 6th round of the 2025 NFL Draft for that goal to be realized. I'm Woody Woodruff. We'll examine the upside of Ahmed Hassanin in sports. See you later in the newscast.